Thank you for coming to visit the latest configuration of the login log.
Welcome to Quest for Comunitas, co-designing a transformative rite of passage with young people at risk of social exclusion.
Avatar creation or star person dress up.
The conceptual design for the Ecotech Pavilion.
Designing for post-truth.
How can I help designers adopt sustainable design practices?
The login log is a part of a process of collaborative development of nonsense object with creative communities, maker spaces, and other types of creative individuals and spaces around the Montreal area.
So in this project, I devised methods as poetics of interventionary narratives. Mixing theater, experimental theater, documentary filmmaking, the research creation project sought to explore different methods to break this cycle of low self-esteem and alienation which affects young people who drop out of high school.
My goal with this research project was to redesign the nostalgic early 2000s dress-up game from a Cree perspective, centering Cree aesthetics, fashion, and values. And I'm also aiming at those who share my nostalgia for games like this and wish to see themselves reflected in this nostalgic, playful way, or just want to see Indigenous peoples taking up more space in the digital world.
I have been increasingly interested in the unique features of Montreal, and I thought about how can I design a sustainable urban interaction and improve social and environmental sustainability with a multidisciplinary approach in winter.
My output is this mural board. It's a collaborative, educational, and generative canvas for designers seeking guidelines on how to design interactions that promote digital information literacy.
Through the game, players will be given prompts relating to sentimental items and pop culture items with the aim of generating conversations amongst the players that are relatable, comfortable, and contribute to feel-good interactions with their peers. The end goal is to move away from our attachment to technology and return to embracing human interactions.
This led to a pattern library, which is my design project now, which hopefully will be a tool that designers can use so that they can see actual examples of sustainable design patterns that they can incorporate into their designs.